Welcome everyone. We have our top three of the Item Clause GSC tournament. Upcoming match is between Stealth Croc and the pirate99. The Stealth Croc managed to send Belzamon 2003 to the Shadow Realm and is currently eliminated from the tournament. This match happened a while ago. It is the winners finals. So the only three players remaining are Stealth Croc, the pirate99, and on the loser's side is Fong, who managed to defeat Uncle Iroh as we saw in the last match. The pirate99 is the one that managed to send Fong to the losers bracket, and Fong as a result managed to pull off a really incredible run. And whoever loses this match will have to face friend of Mr. Golem in the losers finals to have a shot at grand finals, whereas whoever wins this match in this best of three will be moving on to the winner's side of the grand finals. A quick mention, this match is in fact, as you might have guessed already, sponsored by Crocs. Put your passion in it until you've reached Croc bottom. Okay, jokes aside, we should probably get on to the match. So I'm going to play the appropriate music. This might be a little bit on the louder side, so let's put it like that. This should be better. I'm just going to make sure. Okay, there. Now, as we see here, there is Stealth Croc's dedicated team. He's really chosen to stick to his guns with this particular toxic spread Alakazam and Umbreon team. We've seen how his Umbreon has Bright Powder, and he has a mixed attacking Machamp, or at least those that have been following the tournament have already seen this. I don't want to make too many surprises, but we may see some changes in movesets. And on the other hand, the pirate99 decides to start game one with a very particular Venusaur and Miltank Umbreon team. Venusaur and Umbreon making a very good, having very good typing synergies, and Gengar with what is clearly a Thief variant. So, without further ado, let's start with game one. So both decide to lead with their own respective Snorlaxes, and Stealth Croc manages to pull off a lovely kiss on Gengar turn one. This may prove very helpful in the matchup against Miltank, as it will be able to put to sleep whatever gets in the way of Snorlax. So he decides to bring in Fortress, and the pirate99 reveals a Fire Punch Miltank to stuff Fortress, who uses Protect, and takes advantage of that turn, the turn in which Fortress is protecting, to pull off a Heal Bell, while Fortress manages to lay down some spikes. So the next turn he brings in his, Stealth Croc brings in Zapdos. It may be a Mint Berry or a Magnet variant. That's at least two items that come off the top of my head, as it doesn't reveal any leftovers. And we have yet to see, oh no, sorry, Fortress already has leftovers, so Miltank gets paralyzed, and but manages to cure itself of paralysis thanks to the Miracle Berry, a very good strategy on the pirate99's end. Unfortunately, it doesn't manage to absorb any Lovely Kiss, so he brings in his Snorlax to challenge the Zapdos here. Does not manage to get any paralysis off, and instead gets paralyzed in turn. Stealth Croc brings in Machamp and baits a switch to the pirate99's Venusaur so as to bring in his Big Spoon, aka Alakazam. Now Alakazam may wreak some havoc, but thankfully the pirate99 has some answers of his own with Umbreon. So Alakazam decides, Stealth Croc uses Toxic on Umbreon, who reveals a Zap Cannon, very particular move. Alakazam has Miracle Berry specifically for paralysis or sleep, and manages to switch out while taking some pursuit damage, but is still in the game. So we see on Stealth Croc's end a return Lovely Kiss Snorlax. So it's likely that another of his moves may be Belly Drum, of course, although it could also be Curse. And the pirate99 manages to bring in his Cloyster on that turn and lays down a layer of spikes on his end. So now we have both teams with spikes on the field. Zapdos comes in and throws out a Thunderbolt. Venusaur manages to switch in on the T-Bolt and resists the attack, of course. We'll see what he decides to use next as a move. He reveals Synthesis, so this not all too surprising considering it's a very Stally-like team. He manages to force out the switch with Leech Seed and goes for a Razor Leaf. High PP, high critical hit ratio. Goes for Hidden Power. Maybe it's Hidden Power Fire, specifically designed to stuff the likes of Fortress here. This team very much looks like one that wants to win the Spikes War, and Venusaur looks like a good candidate to challenge most of the spinners of the metagame. So far, he manages to knock out Alakazam, and he's just forcing Stealth Croc to dance around his Leech Seed and other attacks. We've seen all of the moves that Venusaur has, so it's not entirely too threatening. Stealth Croc takes advantage of the opportunity to use a return and goes for a Lovely Kiss, but misses, unfortunately, the Gengar. Will Gengar use Thief? It manages to use Thief and steals Umbreon's Bright Powder, making it even capable of dodging, although it doesn't manage to switch out without getting hit by Pursuit in this case. Although it would have been able to. It makes 100% accuracy moves miss 10% of the time. So the pirate99 reveals a Rapid Spin Cloyster. That means no Boom, as the two moves are incompatible or illegal. I'm not sure which. So Cloyster, being faster than Umbreon, actually manages to force out the Umbreon and brings in the Zapdos, of course. Zapdos is not afraid of any explosion at this point and can kind of wreak havoc against the team, which doesn't have any pure electric resist, barring Venusaur. So HP Ice can be very deadly in this situation. The obvious answer being Venusaur here. So Stealth Croc switches to his Snorlax. Razor Leaf does very little damage. There's very little that the pirate99 can do to challenge Snorlax, so he brings in his Miltank, which is likely a Growl, Fire Punch variant. But the Stealth Croc's Lax manages to finally put Miltank asleep. Therefore, any status now is basically permanent. A few pivoting turns happen, and Machamp reveals to be Hidden Power and Fire Blast. Manages to land a crit on Venusaur. I don't know, sometimes I alternate between pronunciation of Venusaur and Venusaur. Up to the discretion of the player, I guess. A lot of Fire Blasts. Oh, and unfortunately there's a miss. In the meantime, the pirate99 manages to land Leech Seed and throws out another Leech Seed on the switch, knowing that Stealth Croc cannot throw Fire Blast forever. It's anyone's game here. Stealth Croc decides that there isn't much that the pirate99 can do to challenge this Zapdos. Gengar definitely doesn't want to come in on a T-Bolt here. He might be waiting for the right opportunity. Lands a crit and only deals 17%. But thankfully, the Leech Seed manages to inflict passive damage. Venusaur gets paralyzed. This can be big. Next turn, Zapdos is going to use Rest. Or T-Bolt, who knows. He uses rest, and Gengar manages to recover some HP, thus being able to survive a T-Bolt, if I am not mistaken. The other moves may be Thunderbolt and Explosion, so you don't want to keep Zapdos in on that. He brings his own Snorlax, so it's Lovely Kiss, Rest, Curse, Snorlax. Return being a very tricky move. It doesn't give any recoil damage, but it's stronger than Body Slam and no paralysis chance. Snorlax is just waiting out the moves, forcing the pirate99 to play honestly. Fire Punch. So it's a very particular Gengar here. And he sacks his own Umbreon. So Stealth Croc sacks the Umbreon to Gengar, brings in Machamp. Is he going to use Earthquake? No. It looks like the hidden power that Machamp is running is HP Ghost. So the pirate99 predicts that and brings in Umbreon. Throws a Charm out and manages to charm the Fortress, although this isn't a Explosion variant, very likely. It's probably a Spin, Spikes, or Protect Toxic variant. Now, we see Rapid Spin. Gengar stays in as it's able to do whatever it pleases on Fortress. And it throws a Fire Punch. So it will not be able to spin away the spikes. Good move on the pirate99's end. Machamp is in, forces out the Gengar. Umbreon comes in, lands a Zap Cannon. It is paralyzed, therefore it's very much crippled, and it's not... This doesn't look good for Stealth Croc. But it manages to land a critical hit on Umbreon, probably because the pirate99 doesn't want his Gengar to die. At this point, it looks like Machamp's fate is sealed. It's paralyzed with lowered attack and gets hit in the face with a critical hit Razor Leaf. Now the match boils down to Venusaur versus the rest of the team. Gengar doesn't really pose much of a threat to his Snorlax here. So Stealth Croc has some momentum. A Sleep Talk war ensues, and Venusaur may eventually run out of synthesis, so the only thing he can hope for, the pirate99 can hope for now, is using Hidden Power and Razor Leaf to chip damage while slowly recovering and draining away Zapdos. I don't think this can last forever. Venusaur unfortunately gets paralyzed, so Stealth Croc manages to switch out his Zapdos on a very crucial turn, removes the Leech Seed, and pulls off another rest. It doesn't look like this Gengar is an Explosion variant, but I'm not sure. Gengar, of course, outspeeds Zapdos, so it's not entirely out of the game here. Neither is Miltank, although it is asleep. Oh, unfortunately for the pirate99, Venusaur gets paralyzed. So it's forced to use its third to last synthesis. Another paralysis may mean certain death. Although, if you say it may mean certain death, then I guess it's not really certain death. Okay, and that's the last synthesis. So now Venusaur has no choice but to attack or use Leech Seed here. Stealth Croc decides that it's better to just switch out. Makes sense, I guess. Brings in his Snorlax. Decides to attack Venusaur here. It's paralyzed. There is not really much it can do. Gengar comes in. Throws an Ice Punch. And Zapdos manages to KO the Gengar. It does not have Explosion. Zapdos KOs the Miltank, and that's game 1 for Stealth Croc. Okay, on to game 2. So we see once again Stealth Croc running the same team. This time he's on the other end of the replay. I guess I could switch that. And the pirate99 once again brings a Venusaur Gengar team, and this time with a Spinner and Golem possibly. Gengar once again is with Thief, and the difference between last team and this team is that there's no Pursuit user this time, so we may see a different Snorlax. The pirate99 decides to lead with Golem, no funny business at all. Reveals Fire Blast and KOs the Fortress turn 1. No spikes for Stealth Croc this match. And he explodes turn 2 on the Alakazam, completely punishing his lead choices here. There is no normal resist on Stealth Croc's end, so Snorlax just can go ham here and use Curse and Body Slam. Stealth Croc, of course, is forced to use a... Oh, wow. Is forced to use Charm Umbreon, but unfortunately gets crit into Parrot and dies. So now there is really nothing in the way between a sweep here. Nothing in the way for the pirate99 sweep. Sorry, I was busy talking. So what happens here is that just going a few turns back, of course, with lower speed and decreased attack, Snorlax does not want to stay in on Machamp. So that is basically the check of choice. It's possibly within range of a Cross Chop KO, even without Curse, maybe? It might just be at the limit with the increased defense here. But the obvious choice would be to go to either Gengar, but even Venusaur is also very helpful. Instead, the pirate99 goes to Zapdos. It really depends which of the moves you want to use. Without leftovers, Gengar is most likely not the mon of choice here. So the pirate99 decides to switch to Zapdos, and the Stealth Croc manages to predict that and uses Rock Slide. So the pirate99 lands a Thunder and paralyzes Machamp, does 50%. That sounds like a lot. That may be... Okay, it's not a Magnet variant because Zapdos gets chipped and is forced to rest, and uses a Mint Berry. Very effective strategy. Immediately manages to recover without conceding any turns for further chip damage from Stealth Croc's Machamp. At this point, there isn't really much that Stealth Croc can do. A very quick match, and in fact, Stealth Croc forfeits because Zapdos dies by losing a speed tie and then getting killed by Gengar. So, very explosive match. On with game 2. No pun was intended for that. Game 3, pardon me. So, the winner of this will move on to grand finals of the tournament. So let's see. Again, Stealth Croc, looking like a Smash Bros. Player that sticks to one main, brings the same team yet again. And this time, the pirate99 brings what looks to be either a growth or an agility pass Jolteon. Of course, it can be anything really. It could even be Thunderbolt or just normal baton pass. We'll see. And a Skarmory. So this time, the two decide to lead with their special attackers in Zapdos and Alakazam. And the pirate99's luck does not seem to end. He manages to get a critical hit on Alakazam and then a paralysis on Fortress, sealing the KO. It looks like spikes are not going to continue here if we have noticed a pattern in these matches. Stealth Croc brings in his own Zapdos, and as a result, the pirate99 decides to switch into Jolteon here, as it resists most of Zapdos' attacks, and predicts the switch into Snorlax, thus bringing in his own Cloyster. And oh wow, okay, so this time it's a Boom Cloyster, and he manages to explode on the Zapdos. No funny business whatsoever. Stealth Croc brings in Umbreon, and Skarmory manages to thief, therefore to steal the Bright Powder, making Skarmory an even more annoying threat. to the likes of Machamp and Snorlax. The pirate99 can play almost passively here. Machamp comes in with, reveals a Fire Blast, but he manages to take it and whirlwind away the pirate99 manages to whirlwind away the Machamp, and thus he switches into Gengar. Stealth Croc is forced to bring in his Umbreon. Lucky for him, Gengar seems to be very short-sighted and can't land in a Hypnosis until the third attempt. So this time, Umbreon is a Sleep Talk variant. Or maybe not just this time. My attention may be low. So, what did I miss? Okay, so Zapdos manages to pull off another Mint Berry rest here. So Snorlax comes in and uses Lovely Kiss after the Mint Berry was used. So he puts Zapdos to sleep. It may be out of commission unless it were to reveal a Sleep Talk. Pardon me, I'm kind of sleepy here. No pun was intended. pirate99 brings in Skarmory once again. Decides to stay in on the Machamp. For some reason doesn't switch to Gengar here. Unfortunately for Stealth Croc, the Machamp misses his cross chop, so he brings in Umbreon, perhaps predicting Gengar. The pirate99 seizes the opportunity to bring in his own Jolteon. Are we going to see a Agility Pass or something of the sort? He throws out a Thunder, but misses. Misses a second time in a row. Snorlax with the return on Jolteon. It's in range of another hit here and a KO. So the pirate just reverts back to Skarmory. Jolteon can't play like this forever. In fact, if it gets hit by Pursuit here, it may die. No. Okay. Well, the sleep rolls aren't doing Stealth Croc any favors. The pirate99 decides to keep Zapdos asleep so as to have a Skarmory that can come in every day on Snorlax. Lands a Drill Peck on Machamp and dies to the Fire Blast. This is anyone's game. Very close match. Machamp lands Hidden Power Ghost on Jolteon. This is looking bad for the pirate99. He may have choked the match. Instead, he reveals Sleep Talk Zapdos with Mint Berry. Very cunning strategy. Forces Machamp out because it doesn't have a consistent answer here. It may, although it's in range of another Rock Slide, it manages to force out the Machamp as it seems like it's the only key to victory. With Gengar around, especially. What will he do? Gengar is trying to use Hypnosis, trying to predict a switch in here of some sort. I'm not sure what item it has. Maybe it's a... I can't remember the term. It's not Scope Lens. In any case, the pirate99 brings in his Snorlax. At this point, he decides that he can set up quite safely, even with Charm. Perhaps it's a Body Slam variant, or he just decides that he can use any amount of chip he wants. So he manages to get a... Ooh, okay. So he gets the pair on Snorlax and self-destructs, even with... and Stealth Croc Snorlax barely manages to survive, but at this point it's basically dead if the pirate99 just manages to keep it from switching in and using rest. Very intense battle. Everything is turning on its head continuously. The game isn't over though. Stealth Croc can still outstall the Zapdos here, make it run out of PP. What will happen? They both are resorting to Sleep Talk. Zapdos manages to wake up and land a crit on Umbreon. Both teams are so beaten to a pulp that they have to stick to their guns. Their only healthy mons left being Sleep Talkers. Gengar might be able to knock out Machamp. Therefore, the pirate99 decides to keep him in the back. Of course, it wouldn't be able to defeat Umbreon, that's for sure. So he has to resort to Zapdos here. Uses a Thunder, lands a crit. For anyone that's interested, Sleep Talk manages... Sleep Talk resets the sleep counter so that you have 2 more sleep turns each time it clicks rest. Otherwise it continues, and sleep lasts for 2 turns when using rest. Also, Sleep Talk does not consume Thunder PP, or it doesn't consume any PP besides the move Sleep Talk itself. Of course, one could also decide to not use Thunder, or Sleep Talk, and just wait out the turns during sleep, but that would consume rest. And it looks like Stealth Croc's Umbreon would win the PP war here. So the pirate99 is forced to ensue in this game where it has to damage Umbreon to the point where it can't attack anymore, but Umbreon, being slower, always has the opportunity to click rest whenever it decides, whenever Stealth Croc pleases. It has the advantage of being able to eat an attack on the same turn in which it uses rest. It looks like the path to Grand Finals is going to be decided by this Sleep Talk war. Stealth Croc is using Charm so as to force the pirate99 to run out of PP here. The pirate99 is aware of this and is using Hidden Power just to maintain some of that Thunder PP. I may speed this up a little bit just because we want to see a crucial point here. So it looks as though Zapdos has only 5 Thunders left and 8 Sleep Talk turns. If Zapdos does not manage to get through this Umbreon, it's GG's. I hope you guys like the choice of music here. It's a slight reference to one of the greatest GSC players of all time. I won't say who it is, just to not sound like a complete tool. So for some reason, Stealth Croc decides to sacrifice the Snorlax here and gets boomed on. Now Zapdos has a free chance at landing a Thunder. With 1 Thunder left, will it manage to win? Okay, so the pirate99 just plays the safe route and goes for a Hidden Power here, and it looks like it's GG's. The pirate99 managing to finally KO Umbreon with the key turn in which his Gengar uses Explosion, thus making the Sleep Talk not matter. Wow. Intense battle. I hope you guys enjoyed, and it looks like Stealth Croc will have to face Friend of Mr. Golem in Losers Finals. In another best of 3, will he continue to use the same trademark team that is sponsored by Crocs? Or will he decide to change up his moves? The pirate99 will be sitting comfortably in Grand Finals, winner's side. He's made a really strong showing. GG's to all of you. I love you. Stay tuned for other battles.